Coming up on this episode of Admiral Ocean, business leaders from around the community who are on campus helping AIG students prepare for life after high school. Team Fusion reaches new achievements for GHS robotics. The indoor winds team writes their place in history on the World Championship stage. And some CTE students complete a national certification. We'll take a look at what's happening around the school district as well as from news from the city, state, and the nation. Today is April 24th, 2026, and this is Admiral Ocean.
Good morning, Gulfport High. I'm Johnny Blake.
And I'm Julian McHugh, and this is episode 22 of season 7. Thanks for joining us.
The main goal of the AIG is to make sure students are ready to either enter college or a career when they leave Gulfport High. A big part of this preparation is the annual Rising Stars event. Last Friday, the AIG held the 12th annual Rising Stars. This event saw over 230 leaders from businesses across the coast here at GHS. These industry partners provided GHS seniors with valuable instruction through interactive workshops, mock interviews, and hands-on activities. Students got to engage directly with the Gulf Coast business community, gaining real-world experience in areas such as applying and interviewing for a job, networking, financial literacy, and professional etiquette. At the same time, Friday morning, juniors participated in the AIG Reality Fair. There were 30 stations set up in the gym with juniors got to interact with representatives from college, military branches, and employers from around the coast. Students were also treated to personal motivation message from Dr. Cameron Jenkins. The best-selling author was the keynote speaker for this year's event. Challenging students to be prepared to become productive members of society as they graduate next month, organizers feel this is one of the best Rising Stars event yet, and they're very thankful for the business partners and especially the title sponsor, Port of Gulfport. Plans are already being made for year's 13 event for the class of 27.
Our robotics team is making great progress on the national level. Last weekend, Team Fusion competed in Florida at the Tallahassee Regional Robotics Competition, taking on some of the best robotics teams in the South. They finished in third place, and they also won the Autonomous Award. Their performance qualified them to advance to the World Championships in Houston. Next weekend, this win will not only earn them a spot in the biggest competition, but will also make them the first team in Mississippi to advance to the World Championships.
Worlds is the biggest competition that First Robotics has to offer. It's where 600 of the top best teams in the entire world get to go to Houston, Texas, and compete on 8 big fields to decide who will be the world champion, who will be the best of the best.
After weeks of designing, building, and coding their robot, the team was able to bring an immersive machine to the highly competitive event. Now, Team Fusion is looking to the World Championship Arena in Houston. There, they will face the best teams from around the globe.
You know, throughout the season, you're going to find things that you're going to want to improve on your robot. And, you know, sometimes you only find that at competitions when you can see other robots. So we were able to improve on our robot based on what we saw was better at competitions.
As they prepare for the World Championship, Team Fusion continues to perfect their robot and strategies, hoping to make a name for Mississippi on the global stage. All of us at GHS are rooting for you, Team Fusion. Best of luck. You've made all of us so proud.
What a year it has been for the Indoor Winds team. Since the program was started back up 3 years ago after a long absence, the directors of the Admiral Band have worked hard to build a program that is unmatched here on the coast. And now the rest of the world has seen what the GHS musicians can do. Last weekend, the Winds traveled to the WGI World Championships in Dayton, Ohio, where they performed their award-winning show, Keep Riding. The team's performance placed in the top of the class, advancing them to finals Saturday evening. The run of the show wowed both the judges and the audience as their score increased by 4 points from the score in semifinals. The team finished strong, ranking 5th place in the world. It's a phenomenal achievement for the groups who have both put their all into the show. We know they are proud of themselves, and we couldn't be prouder of them.
On Monday this week, several Health Science 2 students participated in a CPR certification course. These students got on-the-spot training on how to give proper CPR to patients in need. From adults to infants, these students were taught by CPR instructors on how to bring back air circulation while causing minimal damage to the patient, such as rib fractures.
CPR is important in the real world because not one is it putting you in like a situation that you may have in the real world where you have to perform CPR. You just never know nowadays, and I feel like it's extremely important to learn.
Students were tasked with doing a detailed step-by-step procedure to check if the patient is responsive, administering 30 compressions and 2 breaths to the unconscious victim.
The assessment is how to determine whether or not a person is responsive or unresponsive.
It's great to have another opportunity for students to earn a certification while still in high school that they will be able to use in the real world. We're so proud here at GHS that we're producing the next emergency responders and great leaders for our community.
As Culinary 2 students wrapped up the school year, they wanted to finish off strong with one last collab with Crossroad Elementary, celebrating top scores on the MAP test. 10th third grade students were invited to attend this special event in recognition of their outstanding effort on the MAP writing test. Their hard work earned them a VIP lunch experience here at GHS, where they were treated as honored guests. In addition, Culinary 2 students invited some of their regular supporters along with 12 AIG animals they personally selected that they thought were cool. These students weren't chosen based on their grades or attendance, but because of the motivation and character they constantly showed. Their positive attitudes, leadership, and outgoing personalities made them stand out at Culinary 2. The visiting teachers were also familiar faces known as their regular supporters who often took time off of their day to visit the Flat Top Grill when it was open. This event brought together students and staff to celebrate effort, connection, and community in a meaningful way. It was a great experience for these elementary students to be honored and celebrated for their hard work.
Another week at GHS, another week of Admiral Sports. Let's go to the news desk for the latest in sports for Gulfport High.
Hey Admirals, I'm Nolan Bridges.
And I'm Nate Coleman, and this is your weekly sports update. Thanks for joining us.
Tennis had their state championship matchup in Vicksburg. Unfortunately, they did lose and played an amazing season. They won 13 games, not including their playoff wins. Even though their playoffs are over, we have a new one coming. Our Lady Admirals have started the playoffs. They have 2 more games against Northwest Ranking today and tomorrow. The Lady Admirals currently have a 14-10 record, being 4th in the region with a 6-6 record. Admirals, y'all go show out versus Northwest Ranking at the Herb starting at 5 p.m. today.
Admiral Baseball played an amazing game against D'Iberville on the 17th. It started out slow with the score only being 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Then Gulfport responds with 2 runs in the next inning. When it got to the bottom of the 6th, it was tied 5-5. Then, in the top of the 7th inning, Brody Hignite hit a home run to secure the win. Gulfport is currently 16-12 with a district record of 11-7, making it 3rd in the region.
We're in that weather pattern we see here on the coast. Mild mornings, warm afternoons, and it's been a while since we really had any rain. We're going to the weather reporter, Julie Flores, to see if there's any change in the pattern or if there might be some rain in store for us. Here's Julie.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Julie Flores, and I have your weather forecast for the next several days. Today, our morning started off partly cloudy with temps in the lower 70s up until 10 a.m., which will warm into the upper 70s throughout the rest of the day. Today will be mostly and partly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain. Our overnight low will be 66, and the humidity will increase from 74% to 89% in the evening. Tonight, there is a 40 to 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms. This weekend, we will see warm and humid temps with a 35% chance of rain and winds that average out to about 12 miles per hour. As you know, our weather is pretty unpredictable, so stay updated throughout your weekend on certain changes depending on your plans. It looks like next week will feel very spring-like. The temps will be in the low 80s, and our lows will only be around 68 each night, making it feel like it's truly spring every morning. We do have a chance of some rain next week, but we'll have to see if the precipitation actually happens. The week starts with only a 20% chance, but that increases to just 30%, so it's a little tough to tell right now if we will actually get any spring showers. Check out our Instagram during the week for the latest. So as we head into our weekend, remember we may see a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, but it should still be a nice time to get out and enjoy the spring warmth. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.
During During spring break, the city of Gulfport played host to athletes from 28 countries and most of the 50 states. The Clash Endurance Triathlon was a 3-day event that included running, biking, and swimming. The triathlon was originally held in Miami, Florida, but organizers moved it to Gulfport this year, and they are already in talks with bringing the city of Gulfport to clash their endurance back here again next year. It was 16 years ago that this past Monday, the Deepwater Horizon oil rig exploded in the Gulf of Mexico, spilling 133 million gallons of oil into the Gulf, devastating the coast. Our oyster and shrimp industries still haven't fully recovered. BP paid millions to the recovery effort here, and the funds are still being promised to help bring the coast back. History was made when the Artemis II completed its 9-day mission around the moon. It was the first time humans have flown by the moon since 1972, and it was the farthest away any human has been flown away from the Earth's surface. NASA plans to actually set humans on the lunar surface again with Artemis IV.
We want to hear your voice. We now take it over to reporter Ian Price with this week's Student Voice.
As we get ready for our day-to-day lives, one of the main parts of our morning routines is to consume breakfast. There are tons of foods to consume for breakfast, such as pancakes, waffles, and cereal. Cereal, however, some people have debated on whether would you pour in the milk first or the cereal. We asked students at Gulfport High to ask their personal opinions on whether they would pour in the milk first or the cereal.
Cereal, because the cereal's going to get soggy anyway.
Cereal. You odd if you put the milk first.
Cereal. I agree.
I pour the cereal first.
I pour the cereal first, too.
I pour the cereal first.
I pour the cereal first, too.
I always put the cereal first, because then if you put the milk first, the cereal is going to get soggy.
I put the cereal first and then the milk. So, so it can be soggy.
We all have our favorite part-time snacks, whether it be candy, chips, or cookies. But some of our favorite part-time snacks are made similarly, such as cookies and graham crackers. We asked students to know if they would rather eat a graham cracker or a cookie.
Graham cracker.
A graham cracker because it has that rich flavor to it.
A cookie because it got different flavors, and if you eat a graham cracker, when you crunch it, your mouth gonna be hurting so much, yeah.
I'd rather eat a cookie because a graham cracker, you could put the chocolate on top of it, but you could put chocolate inside the cookie.
A cookie because it tastes way better than a graham cracker.
I prefer to eat graham crackers because I can put them in a whole bunch of stuff. I can make s'mores with them.
A cookie because it's flavorful and there's different type of flavors and it's better.
That's all for today's episode. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube, where you can catch current and past episodes of Admiral Ocean. And follow us on Instagram, where we will have breaking news, special info between episodes, and a weather feature as well. We'll be back soon with another episode of Admiral Ocean, and thank you for watching.